What's up, Niner fam? My name is JT Magnum. Welcome to Niner News. I'm back. I'm sorry that I've been gone for the past couple weeks. I wanted to make you guys videos about BlaineGabbert and everything and how well I thought he was doing and everything, but I haven't had a chance because I moved, as you can see. I'm in my new house. Everything's finally set up and everything. It took me a while because I broke my desk on the move. I had to order a new one and it came in the mail late, of course. As did my cable company. They actually came late. They messed up my order and never came on the day they were supposed to. Ruined everything. I couldn't even do my fantasy football show. So I was a little pissed off and ticked off about that, but is what it is. I'm back now, and on top of that, I went on vacation. So I went on Thanksgiving vacation for a week to Florida to visit my dad. Had a great time with him and my family, and now I'm back home, relaxed, set up, and ready to make you guys videos, ready to talk to you guys about our precious 49ers, who have not been doing well. I watched them lose against the Seahawks. I wasn't happy about that. I'm not gonna talk about that game. I don't even remember it. I already forgot about it. I'm trying to block games out of my memory right now at this point. But all I remember is just Thomas Rawls. Why did I say that? Thomas Rawls running all over us, and I was not happy about the defense on that day. It just looked like they didn't even show up to play. But I will talk about this past game, and I'll talk about BlaineGabbert first. BlaineGabbert has played very well. I'm very, very happy with BlaineGabbert. Yeah, he took some sacks last week, but it's the Arizona Cardinals. They blitz a lot. They throw like every man on the box, and it's hard without our offensive line. And on top of that, it's hard with any offensive line, whether you're good or bad, to block that many guys blitzing and to try to find a quick person to throw the ball to. Unless you're Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers or somebody like that, it's just rough. So kudos to Arizona to getting after the quarterback, but kudos to BlaineGabbert for actually still throwing for 300 yards. He was like 25 for 36, 318 yards. Come on, son. BlaineGabbert, like Colin Kaepernick wouldn't put those kind of numbers up on Arizona. I'm sorry, but he wouldn't. It just, the way he was playing, maybe the 2012 Colin Kaepernick would have, but the 2013, 2014 Colin Kaepernick and pretty much 2014, 2015 Colin Kaepernick was not doing that. He was just struggling, and I still don't know what was wrong with him. I still don't know what happened to him, but I mean, he's done. He's not playing for the 49ers. He's on IR. He's done. He's probably not going to come back to the 49ers, so we can start getting over him now. It's no use crying about it. No use trying to figure out how he's going to be back. No use trying to figure out how we can fix him. Just, guys, get over him. Get over him now and get over it while you can. Make it a quick breakup, because we're either going to get, most likely we're going to get a new quarterback next year in the draft or via free agency or whatever we're going to get. We're going to get a new quarterback. I hear rumblings about Johnny Manziel, but we'll see. But I like BlaineGabbert. I like him. Do I think he's our future like stud quarterback? No. But I think he's a serviceable quarterback for now. I think he moves well in the pocket, like I said. He's a dink and dunk kind of Alex Smith kind of like quarterback, but he does take deep shots, and I do like that. He takes some shots, and he has a nice arm. So I have nothing bad to say about him. Not yet. At least not yet. If something happens where he has a rough game and I'm like, what are you doing and stuff like that, then that's a different case. But as far as I've seen from BlaineGabbert so far, he's playing better quarterback than Colin Kaepernick right now. Is he a better quarterback than Colin Kaepernick? I don't know. But he's playing better QB at the moment than Colin Kaepernick. So, and he was the last 2 years at least. So I like what he's doing. Now the defense showed up to play. The defense showed up to play once again. At home, the 49ers defense has been tremendous. They've just been lights out, playing teams just amazing. Playing the run well, playing the pass well. They've been able to do a lot of stuff, at least at home, on defense. Now on the road, it's a different story, so I'm a little worried about this week against Chicago, but still, as a whole, the defense has played well. Navarro Bowman is just, wow, he's special. He's not even 100%, and that dude is playing all out. He's playing his heart out, and it shows, man. He's playing tough. So the defense did really well this week. It's a shame because here's where I'll get into it. The referees. Niner fam, what is going on with these referees and us. Like, why don't they like us? You know, do I need to like call some of these referees, offer up some daily massages from like, I don't know, exotic women somewhere, like offer a service of daily erotic massages for some of these referees? Because they are jobbing the 49ers hardcore, at least since, 2011, the NFC Championship game? I mean, come on, it's been unreal. And they alter courses of games, like they alter seasons, they alter things. 2013, when the Seattle Seahawks went to the Super Bowl, the 49ers were jobbed in one game. They were jobbed in they were jobbed in other games too, but the one game in particular I'm talking about is the New Orleans Saints game where Ahmad Brooks hit Drew Brees, caused the fumble. The 49ers got the ball. 49ers should have won that game. That 49ers game was won by the 49ers. But unfortunately, the refs had other plans. They called roughing the passer on Ahmad Brooks because Drew Brees' neck looked like it went up in the air like he was Elastic Boy. And yeah, that was funny to look at and everything, but when you think about it, that was a clean hit. The NFL later said it was a clean hit and should never have been called. And Brees and the Saints got away with it. They got away with a win. And what happened? That win gave Seattle home field advantage for the playoffs. And what happened in the playoffs that year? The 49ers went to Seattle, gave them a tough game, but still lost by 6 points in that NFC Championship game. Had that game been in San Francisco, it might have been a different story. Now, I'm not saying the 49ers would have won at home, but I'm saying it might have been a different outcome, especially if the 49ers play at home, because Seattle was a different team on the road. So calls like that can alter the course of seasons. Last year, there was a few games where the refs were just struggling mightily, and that gave Seattle home field advantage again because Green Bay, Dallas, and Seattle tied. And I think there was a few games involved with Green Bay and Dallas that were some really bad calls, and Seattle actually that were some really bad calls, and springboarded Seattle to be able to get that home field advantage last year. So, you know, these little calls that they're making are just, like I said, they don't realize it. You know, you think about it, you think, oh, it's just a game. No, these calls are ruining seasons. These calls are ruining playoff chances. These calls are knocking teams out of the playoffs. These teams are making teams have advantages in the playoffs. These calls are just altering the course of the season. And that's when you start thinking to yourself, these refs need to go. They need to be full-time refs. There needs to be refs that are trained right, trained correctly, and there needs to be rules implemented so that you can challenge referees. They should not be allowed to make the calls and just say, that's it. They should make their calls if they want to make their calls, but the coaches should be able to challenge the referees, make them look at their call and make sure it's correct. If they call phantom pass interference, they need to look at that call and make sure that guy was actually pass interference with. If they don't call pass interference, there should be a flag thrown and say, hey, I think he was pass interference with. You need to look at that. And when they look at it and say, oh, he was, they can call the right calls on the field. If a quarterback gets hit and the guy's already, on his way to grab the quarterback, he's going to wrap him up and he has his head up normal, to avoid the, helmet to helmet contact, and he's trying to wrap him up and the quarterback just ducks into this guy's helmet and gets hit in the head because of it. They should be able to throw a flag on those referees for calling roughing the passer and saying, look at that tape again, and I want you to look at that and correct it. And that's what they'll have to do, because you know what? They make mistakes constantly, and I get it. It's the speed of the game, but since the game is so fast, make them stop and look at it for a second to make the right calls on the field so that games don't get affected, teams don't get affected, seasons don't get affected, and the NFL doesn't look like an idiot league for letting these refs ruin games. That's all I'm saying. Let's get into it. First of all, there was bad calls on the 49ers as well. For the Cardinals, I'm saying. Like, there was a couple times where I saw the 49ers pass interference, the wide receivers. They weren't calling that. There was a play where the refs took 20 minutes to figure out the downs, and they ended up giving the 49ers what was supposed to be the correct down, like according to whatever it was on the field. But turns out they had messed up the calls before and ruined everything, so that it should have actually been second down, not third down, and Arizona was right. Bruce Arians was actually right on the play, and they lost a down because of it. So and they took them 20 minutes to figure that out, and they still screwed it up. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And now let's talk about the 49ers calls. There was a couple bad pass interference calls in the end zone that was horrible. 2 of them were right, 2 of them were wrong. There was 4. Since when have you seen 4 straight pass interference calls in the end zone? Never. They practically let them walk in the end zone. They practically, every time it seemed like the Arizona Cardinals couldn't score, which they couldn't have, or they were having a rough time scoring, it just seemed like they wanted to give them another chance. So they would just flag them for anything. Then the hit on Carson Palmer, the one I'm talking about. Quentin Dial hits Carson Palmer, and they call it roughing. Carson Palmer ducked into that hit and had the gall to say it was roughing the passer. Bullcrap, dude. You know, and I know, the whole NFL knows, because they already suspended Pete Morelli and his crew. Not suspended, but they practically told him, you're not doing any primetime games. Get out. And they made him do another game. Because why? Because they screwed up. That was the wrong call on the field. It was wrong. Carson Palmer knew it. Everybody knew it. And it changed the outcome of the game. On the very next play, or a few plays later, Carson Palmer throws a deep pass to J.J. Nelson or whatever his name is. J.J. Nelson, doesn't matter. He threw a deep 45-yard pass or 40-yard pass to J.J. Nelson. And on that play, there was 0 seconds on the play clock. It sat for a full second at 0 before they snapped the ball. The refs didn't call it. They wouldn't call it. And it's like, come on, how do you miss these things? You gotta see that stuff. Changes outcomes of games. And that's how they were allowed. It's just, you can't do that. You can't let these refs dictate games. And there was just numerous bad calls in this game. And it's just unbelievable. It's just, why do the refs have it out for the 49ers? Why? It seems like ever since 2011, like I said, against that NFC Championship game against the Giants. I'll never forget that Ahmad Bradshaw fumble. He fumbled the ball. The whistle blew after he fumbled, and they called him down. Just unbelievable. And the reason why they called him down wasn't even the right rule. It wasn't even the right call. 49er fan, I'm telling you, man, I'm going to blow my gasket one of these days. I was screaming at that TV on Sunday. I was screaming at the top of my lungs. Scared my wife. I was screaming so hard my wife was scared for her life. Which I don't know why. I would never hurt my wife, but, I don't understand that. But anyways, she says she doesn't like it when I'm angry. And I guess I turn into the Hulk. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section of the game this past weekend. Let me know what you think about those refs. Let me know what you think about what I said about the referees and being able to challenge their calls. Let me know also what you think about BlaineGabbert as opposed to Colin Kaepernick. And anything else you want to talk about in the comment section, feel free to ask. Feel free to talk about it. I'll try to get to it the best I can. All right? So for JT Magnum and Niner News, I'm back. I'm glad. I'm happy. And I'm hoping you guys are happy as well. Peace, y'all.